Well, have you got a driving license, mate? Is that what you're jealous of? The fact that I can actually drive and you can't. And then you're really loud and highly emotional, aren't you? So we're not fit to drive then, are you? Because you can't control yourself. But somebody beat me. Well, they didn't beat me. When I was 9 years old, they used to sit on me. They were 3 times my size and weight. And they didn't break my ribs or puncture my lungs or break any bones, but my hair started to fall out from the torture and the tormenting and the emotional upset they gave me. But I got loads of self-control from that, and I was able to control things like motorboats at the age of 11. And it is quite difficult. It's a bit like driving a rally car, because you turn the steering, you don't know how far to turn it, and it takes quite a while for the rudder to take action against the water. Well, the water to take action against the boat via the rudder. So you imagine being 11 years old and just taking it into a lock and parking it up perfectly. I think, did I bump the wall slightly? But, well, anyway, it wasn't bad for an 11-year-old. I was better than my brother. And my dad didn't even know it, couldn't do it, so he just let us drive it. And apparently it was sort of somebody quite important's cousin who said he did that better than the Royal Navy captain. And that's what my mother said. She said, that's so-and-so, the Queen's cousin. Well, but then if somebody had said that to my mother, she would have believed him. And that's the thing. The kid who used to sit on me, well, it could have been somebody with the same colour hair as my brother, made up to look like my brother. It could have been a woman, because I showed someone a photograph of them next to me at the time, and said, he's a big lad. And that's the thing. When we were sat down, he was about 2 feet taller than me, sitting down. And well, I was 3.5 stone, and they were reputedly 9, but could have been 15. But, it's not to be jealous of, really, is it? I haven't had much of a life, because obviously it wasn't quite Ferranti or Bennington who wanted me to drive for them when I grew up, but I'd already had enough, 4 bouts of bullying, 4 car crashes that I walked away from without a scratch, and eventually a cycling accident in 92, 4 months after my mother died, and they're still not sure if I've recovered. I had injections for over 30 years, and I just had to stop going for them because they hurt so much, because I have so much scar tissue. When they put a needle into the scar tissue, it really does hurt. After 2 injections, I was used to it, but now there's so much scar tissue now, it hurts every time. And, well, since I haven't had an injection for over 3 years, I would have relapsed by now, and I haven't. So, anyway, if you have a problem with me, you don't have a problem with me. You have a problem with yourself. Yeah, I got a lot of money, and it's all gone, because idiots like you have nicked off me, stolen stuff off me, and I've had to replace it. The house isn't insured because it's not my house. But yeah, I've tried to buy things to modify, to make a bit of money, and that's gone wrong. Do you feel good now? Do you feel better? Because I'm a skinny little wimp, and you're a fat git. What's the problem? You have one, actually, if you ask me. all right, I'm a trained motor engineer, well, half trained, because I had to give up, because I was accepted to go to Lanchester Polytechnic, now called Coventry University. And that's the thing. My mother had an heart attack while I was doing my national. So, well, I went to Coventry and came straight back. Of course, there was kids racing cars up and down the street outside at, 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, stolen cars. And there was a goods railway line down the back. What was it called? Cowden Avenue in Coventry. Well, years later I thought, no, that shouldn't be called Cowden Avenue. Well, I don't know what it's like now, but back then it should have been called Cowdung Avenue, to put it politely. Anyway, it didn't work out. And I didn't want to go back to college. I had no option because I was being bullied at work. So I left and went to college. Didn't want to go back because full-time courses, well, they just say you got no experience. They've sorted that now, but a bit late for me. I'm nearly 60, no kids, probably won't be able to have them now. And would you really want me looking after your kids? Because if you do, you do need help. You are seriously deranged if you want somebody like me to look after your kids. Manage your front room, sort of, well, like that. They haven't warned me about it yet. They're concerned about it because, well, I might fall over and break my neck, but I can't say that I'm not bothered. If I killed myself, it wouldn't bother me. Well, I wouldn't know. I've virtually no relatives left. They've all died from old age, and I didn't think I'd get lonely. I don't really, because I was brought up by a recluse.